Hello, welcome back to my tutorial for the full stack developer series. In this video we will go through the Spring component. So in Spring we have three types of components. The first is the components using for the three layers. In Spring we have the controller, we have the repository, and the service. This is the three layers, and we have the three annotation for them. It's the repository annotation, the service annotation, and the controller annotation. And the second one is the component, all the component. Okay, you use the component annotation to create the other objects when you want it is a bin in Spring. Okay, and we also have the some annotation for the third types of component. The last types of component using for create the bin that you have some specific customize for that bin. Okay, so we will go to it in this video. Alright, so for the first type is the three layers component. We have used them before for create, for example, the product controller. We use the REST controller annotation to create a component for the product controller, and when the Spring needed, it will be created to a bin and Spring using it. Then we have the this is the service annotation used for creating a service component. Okay, and the last one is the repository. Here is also using for creating a bin. Alright, so that's they are very easy to use, right? Just adding them to the layer that you want to create. Repository, just use repository. Service, just use service. And controller, just use REST controller. Very easy. And the next one is component annotation. So in some case you have some objects that need in your program, but they are not in the three layer, right? They're not a repository, they are not a service, and also they are not a controller. So for example, the util, the Hibernate util here is not inside your three layer. It's just a util class, and you can see it here in the product repository. We using the old way here to create the instance of the Hibernate util. We doesn't use the Spring supported for it. So now we will use the component annotation to support creating the Hibernate util. Okay, so to do that, we just very easy. You just go to the Hibernate util and add the annotation component. Component Spring framework. Okay, Spring component for this, and you go back to the product repository, and now you don't need to create it by the function get instance. You just use the auto white here, and by using this annotation, Spring will automatically create the instance or the bin of Hibernate util and inject it into the product repository for this field. All right, very easy, right? And just run it to see. All right, open Postman. And now you can call the request to the API product to get the list of product. Oh, we have some error here. Oh yeah, because we need to remove the private constructor, because string will use the constructor to create the instance. So we don't need this. We will remove the change it to public for the constructor and remove the singleton pattern for this class. All right, and just run it again. Okay, I think we have another error. Product repository and this. Oh yeah. Because now I have created two services with the same interface, product service, but I didn't put the qualifier or remove one, so the string cannot know what the bin that will be used. So I need to remove one, but I will use this example later for the qualifier for choosing the correct instance of using. We will talk about this later. Okay, just don't worry about this. I will walk you through all of this. All right, just remove the service for the first one. And now let's run again. The situation here is just that we have, for example, you are a girl, you have two men that follow you, and you don't want to choose, you don't want to choose all of them. You want to choose just one man, but all the guys are kind and good, so you don't know how to choose, right? So just remove one guy. Okay. Alright, so now the program runs successfully. You can go back to Postman and run again. And yeah, we have the list of product here. Okay, and just look back to the product repository. We just use the auto while here, and we don't use any new for the Hibernate util instance, right? For instance, we just put the component here. So now the Hibernate util be a bin. So that's why we can use the auto while notation to get the instance from it. All right, and that's the second one to create a bin. And the last one is using the configuration. And now we will try to create a IOC container you know that the IOC container is managed automatically by Spring, right? But in some case, we need to take control that. We need to control the how the instance is created, right? So because of that, we will use the configuration annotation to create ourselves to create our container by ourselves. And here we just recreate the package named di, and inside di we create a Java class named IOC container, and because we are using Spring framework, so we can create the bin or the instance manually. We depend on the Spring, so we need to follow the rule of the Spring. Okay, so every container need to be added a configuration annotation from Spring framework like this. And inside the container, you want to provide any instance, any bin, you will create a method to do that. For example, you want to provide an instance of the Hibernate util, you will create a method Hibernate util get Hibernate like this, and inside this you just return a new Hibernate util like this, right? And this method we create a bin, we provide a bin or an instance, so you need to mark it that this is a bin, okay, with the annotation bin like this. And now you can go back to the Hibernate util and remove the component, because now we have a bin for it inside a container, an IOC container here. Okay, so we doesn't need the component annotation anymore in the Hibernate util class. And for using it, it's the same way to the previous. We just use the auto while here, and when the program runs, it will find the bin that provide the Hibernate util here, okay, in the IOC container. So what is the benefit when you do this? For example, you have some more configuration for the Hibernate util, or you need to custom some parameter for this. You will need this. You can do something more before you can return the util. Okay, so that's why you need to a configuration or an IOC container for creating something like this. Alright, so now just try this program to see whether it's be able to run. And yeah, just get the list of product again, and yeah, we have the list again. Very easy, right? So in this video you have learned about the components in Spring, what some kind of some types of components, and some ways that you can create a bin, okay, and they're very useful for you when working with Spring for creating the instance, the component in Spring, right? And if you have any question, please comment below. I am very happy to answer you. And if you like the video, please click on the button like and click on the subscribe button. And thank you, and see you in the next one.